De la ligne numéro 1, starting in lane number 1, third overall in the relay last year. Pietro Sigel, Thomas Nadalini, Luca Speckenhauser, Andrea Castanelli, Team Italy, the Gladiators. De la ligne numéro 2, starting in lane number 2, they are the reigning world champions, the reigning Olympic champions, and first overall last year, Steven Dubois, William Nangenou, Félix Rousset, Maxime Laud, Team Canada! De la ligne numéro 3, starting in lane number 3, silver medalists at last year's World Championships, Sun Long, Liu Shaoang, Li Wenlong, Cheng Bohao, Team China, the Longs. Et de la ligne numéro 4, starting in lane number 4, Olympic silver medalists, Hwang Nae-hong, Lee Jun-seo, Rim Jong-un, Shin Dong-min, the Republic of Korea White Tigers!
As I mentioned, Gladiators tuning up the orchestra, and if I may, we'll see if they're on key in this one. I'll show myself out. Gladiators, just one win on World Tour last season, and it was at home. I'm sure they might just trade no wins on World Tour this season if it means they get a gold medal in Milan at the Olympics, but this will be a first good test for them. Nangenou, Speckenhauser, Hwang, and Sun.
Go to the start. Ready.
Well, guys we're used to seeing on that Gladiators, Sigel, Nadalini, and Speckenhauser, but Andrea Castanelli, one we've just seen in the relays, big, tall skater.
Yeah, typically Privitali would be in the relay for them.
That chemistry that you look for.
Just like they did last year.
Just like Sigel. Look at the closers with Lou, and they're saying Rim Jong-un, throwing him in the deep end. Finish things off against those guys.
The Canadian Ice Maples leading this out. As always, their favorite place to be in the relay. First position at the front.
Canadians bringing in Maxime Laud, Jordan Pierre-Gilles. Skated earlier, not here for the final.
L'équipe canadienne, en fait, ils sont champions olympiques en titre, champions du monde en titre et premier overall over les 5
won both relays last season. The Lungs won at home, and then they won in Korea, and then the Dutch won in Tilburg, and the Italians won in Milan. So both Canadians and Lungs won twice last season, and they were the top two in the discipline standings. Third, Koreans were fifth.
This is a strong
So unlike the mixed relay, in the traditional 5,000 meter relay here for the men, there's no set exchange series required or number of laps. The only requirement is that each of the 4 skaters must skate at least once on the track. You do have the ability to change up the number of laps that you're doing. Maybe you want to do 1.5 lap exchanges, 2 lap exchanges. Typically, though, we see all teams opting for that 1.5 lap exchange until we get that final lap, 3 to go. It will be 1 lap followed by 2. That's when we see that change up. However, at times, teams will play with that mixture there, that concoction of exchanges to throw off other teams, get their exchange sequence off track, which can then create some stressors for the other teams to work around.
Last year it was in Beijing that one of the Korean skaters just lost the edge on the blade, and it just was, you can't go fast, and they were just sort of waiting in the middle as they were down to 3 guys doing the relay. I think it happened early enough that they didn't lose ground, but it's tough when there's 3 skaters.
And the lap and a half kind of exchange rate's kind of been set upon. It's the right amount of time on the ice skating to rest ratio, where you don't have to put in too much work too long on the ice, and you still get a proper rest before you go back out on track.
And at this stage of the game, the ice, always something to watch. There was just a relay done on it. There were just 3 teams, but it's also the end of the weekend. And the R&R will come, but not until after this. What's always cool about the last event being realized that the teammates also gather around outside the track.
Everybody is out watching as the Gladiators move to the lead. Natalini starting to build a little bit, the arms dropping, the feet moving a little bit quicker. Maxime Lahoun responding.
Speckenhauser, Dongenu, Sun, and Kwang Dae-han.
20 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start to feel your
Shoulder
energy.
to shoulder. And that's cost the Canadians a little bit. They didn't get the best exchange, and Liu Xiaowang is up into second, and the Korean White Tigers up into third.
Well, that was an incredibly tight inside pass attempt made by William Dongenu. Everybody stays on their feet.
Italy, China, Korea.
But now the Ice Maples have work to do from fourth. The Gladiators looking composed out front.
Natalini leading the way for the Gladiators. Inside 16. It's time to drop the hammer here in Montreal.
Well, we're inside that 20 lap marker. 8.3 lap time from the Gladiators. This is nearing top speed.
Look for second. Nice move, Kwang Dae-han. The Ice Maples, almost off balance there, Roussel, as he tries to close the gap. Siegel, Rim.
Italy, Korea, China, Canada. The Canadians looking for an opportunity here.
And now Dubois around the outside for third.
The Italian Gladiators still out front. Natalini driving again, dropping this pace down as we move to 9 laps to go.
Oh, he's down on his own. There's nobody
no
there
tag.
to tag
There's
up.
no tag yet.
He's still, I think, the legal man on the ice.
Well, that's when the ice conditions are fading at the last laps of these relays. Got to try to build, but you got to be careful.
Rim Jong-un leading Felix Roussel, Liu Xiaowang. 6.5 to go. Down to the final few exchanges. The Canadians slip to third.
Well, great exchange from the Chinese lungs. Liu Xiaowang to his teammate Stephen Dubois, now trying to move back up.
Shim Dongmin trying to hold them off.
Dubois just saves it.
That's cost them a bit more room, but here is Maxime Lahoun getting up right behind. Li Wenlong. Is there an opening? Not there.
3 laps to go here. The ice conditions are suffering.
And one more exchange coming. Rim Jong-un.
Oh,
the Canadians
hits
are
that
off.
run. They need a tag up. They need a tag up.
It is Rim being chased by Liu Xiaowang. One of the all-time greats bearing down on the young pretender. The Korean White Tigers won the women's relay, and they are going to take the men's. And I think the Canadians will get up for bronze. Liu Xiaowang tried to close. It's just a gap that was too big. And the Italians, they have them slide off, and it was just a belated tag up that ultimately I think cost them there.
Well, the ice conditions were fading quickly towards the end of that relay. Rim Jong-un, you could just see him fighting, doing a great job, but ever so cautious in those last laps. And the White Tigers team put it together there. They stayed, kept their exchanges clean. They stayed up on their feet. They pushed the pace out front. What a great job from the White Tigers.
This Team Crystal Globe standings is going to be just the last 3 events are going to be incredible, because you know the Lions are going to fight back with big relay results as well.
Well, if you wanted action, that race delivered.
Always the way it ends, isn't it? The last result of the weekend. You throw in 4 teams, the absolute best teams in the relay. Throw in that ultimate X factor, ice that has been going through a whole weekend's wear and tear. Of course, it's 4 days this year.
Well, we saw it from Natalini there when he went to really attack the speed. Driving, there's an earlier look at the inside move from William Danjanu, but Natalini tried to attack that race on the turn. He put his left foot down, tried to push off it hard. The ice just broke right underneath him. And a few laps later, same thing happening to William Danjanu. This is probably a look right there. Yeah, you could just see that left foot start breaking out. He kind of saves it too, almost. Hopefully he didn't flip over again like he did last time.
Yeah, he tried to stand up.
And there, Stephen Dubois there. I don't know how he stayed on his feet, actually. That was incredible, but.
And then Danjanu, same corner. I think that's always, we're always looking for that one corner that causes havoc, and it was that one. But yeah, Natalini, just like in Milan where he fell, tried to stand up as he hit towards the mats, and in Milan he toppled all the way over in one of the viral moments of the season. That one he stayed on the rink.
But Rim Jong-un, there he is, bringing home the victory. This is someone to watch on this circuit now. What an incredible weekend for that young man.
Final decision, penalty, Team Canada.
And it was an illegal relay. They're ruled to go with 1 lap to go.
So we have to look here within the last lap. Was there an exchange?
This is past the line.
That was close. It's not an easy angle to see it from. You have to make the exchange before the line.
Dubois had his hands on the helmets. I think he knew, and even after the push was made, it was almost half-hearted, as if they knew, oh, we passed it.
In first place and winners of the gold medal, Republic of Korea, the White Tigers! Hong Kyun-hwan, Hwang Dae-hun, Lee Jong-min, Lee Jun-so, Rim Jong-un, Shin Dong-min. Team Korea.